Hello everyone, this is Grant Me a Wish, and I would like to go ahead and get started with what I plan to do. What I have planned for this video is a reading for you and yours. It is a short story I'm working on, and since I don't post anything else on YouTube, I thought I might as well give this a go. So, this story is, it is in a place that I like to call sanctuary. It is the opposite of what you think sanctuary is. And yeah, I really enjoy this story, so I thought I would share this with you. And I hope that you don't mind me just having a random picture out there for you to sort of look at. You can tab out, you can go about your day, but I will go ahead and read this story for you. I hope that you do not mind. It is very late, and I am very tired. So, excuse me if I seem a little grouchy. But with that, let's continue on. The clang of steel against steel rang out in the smithy. A hammer dully rang as it shaped the red-hot metal in the master-smith's hands. His visage carried the hearty weight of a beard which extended to his chest, the hair singed in some places from the forge. He worked diligently, occasionally draining a nearby waterskin. The strength of his blows were only matched by his furrowed brow, caked with soot and sweat. He took a pair of tongs and lifted the steel for inspection. "Anna, you are needed," the smith called over the raging forge. A girl appeared, no older than 10, holding a toolbox and another waterskin. "We have work to do." "I want to play with the other kids outside, Papa," she protested and placed the toolbox near him. "Another time, we must hurry. A customer will be here soon to pick up the request." The smith laughed heartily. "Perhaps I will treat you to something nice after." "You said that last time." The little girl frowned. She replaced the empty waterskin and turned away. In a few moments... Let's turn this down. I am so sorry. I didn't realize it would get this loud. "You said that last time," the little girl frowned. She replaced the empty... Let's go back. And turned away. In a few moments she returned with her own hammer, much smaller than her master's, to assist. He nodded to her and placed the glowing steel on the anvil. A massive hand held the steel in place, intense eyes focusing onto her. "Ready, Anna. Give your swing oomph." He gave the order and she obeyed. The clinging resumed as she attempted to shape the steel. However, in a few short bursts, she growled and took a few steps back. "Papa, this is hard." No, one more time. This is your work, Anna. We are almost finished." The man smiled toothily. He could guise his happiness any longer. His eyes now shone brilliantly like the ocean. Anna inhaled and lifted the hammer. She now struck harder than she had before, the ringing of the steel resonating with her spirit. A rush of strength burst from within, and the steel agreed with her. In a few short moments, the smith raised his paw. She halted and blinked in surprise. Good. Do not let the steel take you from here." He quenched the length of metal and reached for a thick leather glove. "I will show you one of the most important pieces, young one. Pay attention!" The smith growled as he took the length of steel and drew at the tang deftly with his hammer. "You must be careful, or the blade will not let you do what you must." With each word he struck the red-hot metal. Blades do not talk, but they do. "Papa, I don't get it," she pouted. "Ah, but you will." He laughed and quenched the piece quickly. "You will hear the steel speak, and you must learn the language." Anna frowned heavily. A bell chimed loudly as a man and a small boy entered. The man approached the smith with a hearty grin, his hand extended. The boy cautiously hid behind his companion's leg as they neared the pair covered in soot. Ah, my old friend Eisner. The men shook hands, taking each other's presents in. Stolzer, it is good to see you not dead. They laughed bitterly. And who is this? The master smith turned to the younger boy and beckoned to him. He remained frozen in place at the size of the bulk of the man's paw, his eyes drinking the intensity of Eisner. Stolzer gently pushed him forward, and the master smith took the boy's hands in his. An immense pain took the boy as he prodded and gazed him over. He is a strong one, too weak for smith's work. Aye, but he is my own page. I am a Justicar of the Sanctuarian Templar. Eisner's eyebrows raised in response. Does this mime have a name? He addressed the pair. Gellerter, sir. The boy squeaked, and he attempted to break the gaze of the man. You certainly have a way with children. Who is this one here? Stolzer turns his attention to Anna. She had busied herself during the commotion by filling the water skins, stowing tools, and moving about with the toolbox in tow. Anna Edith. Not mine own, but she is strong enough for smith's work. He beamed with delight. You have not come all this way to speak at length about iron. What is it? Stolzer now faced his page. Ensure my horse is stabled and secure some food. He handed him a small pouch and he scampered away. The two men were now in the forge together, Isidore already resuming his work. I've come to ask for a favor, my friend. Huh? What for? Eisner frowned and stroked his beard. He then reached for his unfinished steel, setting aside the shorter of the two lengths. You do know of the war, do you not? War keeps you very busy. Business is business. I would like something for my young one there. The page owning his sword is poppycock. Stolzer was cut off by the ringing of the smith's hammer. It would be my weapon, but it would be something you could part easily with. He addressed the smith and pointed to the other length of steel. What about that one? Anna's work. His hammer rang through the forge, and Stolzer gritted his teeth in his frustration. Aye. Anna's. Her work is not up to parley with, but he is a good lad. The master smith frowned and the knight beamed. I aim to have him take my place. You teach him more than you should, I understand. However, I do not. Anna had approached the master smith with confidence with a tiny hammer in hand. You finished already? Let me work, Papa. Her wide-eyed emerald stare shone with a new sense of determination. I want to work. Ah, but this real work. What we did before was play. Eisner shook his head. No more for you today, young one. Your arms will collapse. No more! Eisner boomed and she growled in protest. She spun on her heels to the other room. Stolzer remained unconvinced. I came to ask for the weapon. Your apprentice shows promise. Let her shine. For now, she must be humbled, you mean? You will be teaching your page tomorrow here. Eisner set his hammer near the forge. A massive paw gripped a pile of straight cloth which stank heavily of sweat. If you want to stay, help us tidy up. Retrieve your boy after you douse the forge. Stolzer frowned. The knight took a moment to glance at the door in the forge. He raised his hands, muttering some arcane words. A small barrier erupted into life, trapping the heat and allowed the smoke to escape all the same. The knight shook his head again before leaving. Papa, do you think they will come back? Anna's question seemed to catch the old smith off guard. He grunted a response. The girl's frown returned. A night like tonight is ripe with devil's fruit. I'm expecting a few missing teeth. Eisner kept to himself then, moving on to butcher some chicken as he turned a nearby dial. Flames rose into existence from deep within the strange magical device. Alright, so, thank you so much for listening. That is all that I have time for tonight. Again, thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. Have a good day, everyone, and this has been Grant Me a Wish. This story is called The Smith and the Knight. It is a short story which may turn into something more if I keep going, but thank you so much again for listening, and I hope you have a great day.